Hi YouTube, it's Michelle again, Blindish Michelle. Just wanted to show you what winter in northern New England is like. It's like that. It's like this. It's like that. It's raining actually right now, can you believe it? After we got about 3 inches of snow. Oh, we've had some winters where the snow, you see that barn? Where the snow was almost up to the top of that peak in the roof. Pretty high. We've had winters here where we were pretty much darn snowbound. You're probably hearing chickens. We've got some in a coop over there, and some in another coop, and then we've got a couple turkeys. Turkeys are just pets. The chickens we keep for eggs. We have a lot of eggs. So anyway, I just wanted you to see winter in northern New England. And this is just a glimpse. It's not the winteriest winter that we've had, but it's handily fine, whatever that means. So I'm shutting the door. It's the front door. Shut the front door. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. This is the hallway. Now, I've got some things to talk about concerning the flat earth and the hypocrisy that's going on in other circles. But right now, I'm just going to show you, this is the impromptu tour of my house. Like it or not, here it is. We've gotten rid of all the carpeting except for this. This is the front hallway from the front door and the front stairs. And the style of the house, or the way, it's called not a New Englander, it's called a cape. But it was built as a half cape in 1790. And part of this is the original house and part of it is not. The original house, now this is a 1.5 story because it doesn't have like a bathroom and hallways and things like that. It just has the top of the stairs and 2 rooms. This is my father's room. He was living with us. He's been living with us for about a year. He had a stroke a month and a half ago. And so right now he's in a rehab facility. It's been a long road, but we're hoping that he can get improved enough to come back and stay here, and hopefully I'll be able to have some kind of assistance because he is paralyzed on one side. And this is the other room. We call this the pink room. It's because of the wallpaper. It's old-fashioned wallpaper. It's an old-fashioned room. And over here, it's cluttered. It's a catch-all. Unused rooms in this house are catch-alls for everything. But there's the dormer. It's got 2 dormers, this house. Dormer windows. One in this room and one in my father's room. And here's a gazelle. This room comes with a gazelle. And wouldn't you like to win this? It works fine, and I do use it. It's excellent as a apparatus for hanging clothes. So it certainly doesn't go unused. Not in this house. And I know. Sorry for the shakiness. But there's the other dormer window in here. This is my father's room. We call this the green room. Can you see why? And there's the other dormer window. I like those dormers. Looks like a nice place to sit and read a book, doesn't it? Well, Not really, I guess it's not wide enough. So, going down the stairs, do you find yourself counting stairs when you're walking up or down the stairs? Do you count? Are you counting them? I do. 1, 2, 3. And this one only has 12. Of course, the 13th step is considered unlucky, just like the 13th floor in a hotel. No hotels, if you'll notice, have a 13th floor. It's just not lucky. And this is the front room. I call it the front room. I don't call it the living room because I don't use this room to live in that much. I don't watch a lot of TV, even though we've got a nice one. My father does too, upstairs. But we've been working on the floors. The house had wall-to-wall carpeting, and we've been tearing up the carpeting and working with the floors underneath. And we have found that after you tear the carpeting up, you see beautiful wood that they covered up for some reason. They ruined this wood with the adhesive they used for the carpeting. So we've had to slowly go over it. I had to empty out my hutch. It was my mother's. And that was in it. To try to move this, and it's just a work in progress. Isn't everything? I think so. And this is the hallway area, very cluttered right now because it's where we're keeping litter boxes. We have 2 cats. Normally we keep the litter boxes in this room, which is what we call a gallery. But it's really just an enclosed porch. But it's kind of cold out there right now, so we've had to cover it up. Because we have a little hatch they can go through. Anyway, this is the dining room. I don't know why I'm giving you an impromptu tour of my house, but here it is. This is the dining room, and by the way, I have all the seasons covered. I have, this is a dark house. It doesn't have a lot of light. I'm going to turn the light on here. Anyway, look, I've got, oh, that's the floor, it creaks. Autumn leaves around the mantle. Autumn leaves around the mantle. And these are the boxes where I'm going to be storing my Christmas ornaments that I have in bowls. They're awful pretty. They shine. We haven't celebrated Christmas the last few years. There's another bowl. Pretty, huh? You don't have to have these just for Christmas. I mean, come on. But anyway, I'm going to be storing them in these boxes and putting them upstairs. And I have over here sort of an Easter thing going on. So I've got all the bases covered. Anyway, so this is the dining room. And there's the fireplace. This is an old house, like I said. It was built in 1790. This part of it was built in the 1800s. Part of the house is 1790 original, and part of it is 1800s. And this section, which is the kitchen, this is 1800s. This is not original 1790, but it's still pretty old, and things had to be... I've got it in a state of flux right now because I've taken stuff out of all of my cabinets. Not all of my cabinets, cupboards. A couple so far, and I've got them like in odd places, like on the floor and in a bin on the chair, and I've got stuff on counters, and it's just a mess. But I'm in the process of trying to reorganize. I try to organize. Stuff all came out of the bottom cabinet over here, right here. And some of it had to go. So it's amazing the stuff you find that you thought you lost when you start emptying out cabinets and drawers and things like that. And this is a view out of the back window, back of the house. There's the shed. You can see a little partial view of one of the coops. The turkey coop is behind that tree. You can't see it. At least I can't see it. But I'm kind of blindish. Of course, you got the clothesline and the mini coop, which is where the other chickens are, is way over toward the other side. You can't see it at all from here. That's the laundry area. Why am I showing you this stuff? I don't know. I don't want people looking at my cluttered kitchen. It's ridiculous. But I do have there's a bunch of stuff there to burn to put in that wood stove. The wood stove is from this 1800s. It's an old one, but we use it, and it works, and it does take the chill out of this kitchen because it's not very well insulated. This is kind of an afterthought. This kind of built-in area. It was more used as a summer kitchen in the old days. They had a summer kitchen and a winter kitchen, and this was the summer kitchen. And so they used the wood stove over there to cook in. As you see, I have a collection of hot sauces. I love hot sauce. I'll try any hot sauce. Gosh darn it, give me a hot sauce. I've made my own too, and they're pretty good. But and this over here, I don't know if you can really see it. I don't think you can. Sorry about my vocal acrobatics. It's a rack that my husband had made by a local someone who does that stuff. He does cast iron, and what do you call those people who do that? Welders? I don't know. Anyway, he does a lot of that stuff. So Steve, my husband, had that made for me to put a bunch of my cast iron on it. And I have a lot of cast iron. And I use every single bit of it. I have a lot of cookbooks too. And I read every single bit of those. See, this is one. I've totally pared down my collection. This is just one bookcase with cookbooks. And I have another bookcase over here. Sorry about the squeaky floors. By the way, aren't these floors lovely? Yeah, we redid these too. We pulled up the carpeting and sanded it and stained it, and isn't it beautiful? It's actually plywood subfloor, but don't tell anyone. So here's another bookcase. It has more cookbooks, and I got rid of a lot of them. We have a transfer station in town, just a mile or so down the road, and they have a little book shack, and you can bring books there and drop books off, and they're all free. So I brought a bunch of cookbooks to the book shack, and they were gone the next day. It's a huge box full of them. That's Larry, one of our cats, in the window over there. Hi, Larry. Hi, Larry. Larry's a good girl. What you doing? The reason Larry has the name Larry is because Larry was a boy until Larry went into heat. Hi, sweetie. And then when Larry went into heat, we discovered that Larry was a girl. And I don't usually have problems telling male cats from females. I've had cats all my life, sometimes a lot. 13 at one point. But for some reason, this one cat I got wrong. So, Larry's a good boy until Larry goes into heat. Then Larry's not such a good boy. And that's half the house. I don't know why I'm showing this to you. I've got other things to talk about. And I've got flat earth to talk about. And I've got some interesting news that I want to share. And I hope you'll come back so that you can hear it. So, just I can see better through the camera than I can through my own eyes. Isn't that funny? Well, that's what happens when you're blindish. Please excuse the clutter. I'll be back with what I'm really supposed to talk about. See ya.